You know, we don't even have a couple of weeks into summer, and already we're in a heat wave.
But this heat wave is affecting the entire world. It's not just us.
I know. Do you see what's going on in Europe?
Well, did you see that the French are blaming the United States? The French are blaming the United States for the heat wave.
Wait a minute,
over 1,000 people died.
How is it our fault? I mean, I'll get to that. That's pretty serious.
Yeah.
But how did we get to this being the fault of the United States?
I'll give you one guess.
Jews?
So you've been talking, one of your favorite topics have been the World Cup.
Yes.
And how the Europeans are like mystified.
Yeah,
by everything.
they're loving the United States.
They love the United States. So one of the things they're mystified with is I don't know what to call it. Like we have so much here, like so much
the
luxury.
excess.
There's excess. Yes. In everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you see them Texas barbecue, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I never tasted anything like this." Ranch dressing, right? They're obsessed.
By the way, ranch dressing is the most guyish thing ever.
I don't even like ranch dressing.
I don't even know what it tastes like. I don't even have any
kosher ranch.
I know, but I don't. It's not a staple in my house.
Me neither. I don't like it. I just don't like it, and I like a lot of dressings.
People are
I like
putting
a lot of dressings. I
like,
make my own.
They're putting like ranch dressing on pizza.
Yeah.
Like there's a craze with the ranch.
Well, you're taking me off topic, but since you brought it up, there's such a craze with the ranch that UPS is now offering a 20% discount on international shipping so that people can ship ranch dressing to Europe.
To Europe.
20% discount. They're calling it ship and dip. The ship and dip
Yes,
discount.
this is what I need in my life because here in the Deutschland we don't have any ranch dressing, and I need it.
Could you imagine this? People are shipping, pallets of ranch dressing.
Pallets.
So much so that UPS is like touting the 20%
That's
off
a big sale. The big ranch dressing
for
sale
ranch dressing.
for Europe.
But like I don't even understand. Like we talk about Europe. Like let's say Israel. I don't know. Can you compare Israel? I mean, we talk about Israel and the food in Israel. Maybe that's because we're Jewish and there's like it's so such a novelty for us. Like every hotel you could get. Well, not every hotel, but a lot of hotels you could get kosher.
Yes,
breakfast.
The feeling of walking into a mall and being able to purchase food of any sort, of any variety. It's so not natural to us as American Jewish people.
Right. So it could just be that we're used to this and they're not.
Right.
But I don't get it because I can't imagine myself going to Israel and like being like, oh, I need this special hummus. I got to buy I got to ship this hummus.
Yeah, but bro, every single Friday night table has the hummus dressing or the tahina. Like these are staples for a Jewish home.
Speaking of which, you're making fun of the people putting ranch dressing on pizza. You're the guy that puts tahini on your pizza.
Bro, this is you gotta delete this. You gotta edit this out.
No, we will not delete this. This will stay because it's sacrilege, okay?
I don't
it's
agree.
Disgusting. I shouldn't say that.
Don't knock it till you try it, is really what I say.
It doesn't belong. It doesn't belong.
So I think
pizza's perfect. It's a perfect food.
I think the tahina is the Jewish ranch dressing. That's my take.
No, I'll tell you why. You can't take tahina and put it like in a salad instead of salad dressing, right? And just mix it up.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have tahini dressings.
No. Yeah, well that's true, but that's a dressing.
Yeah, it's much thinner in consistency.
Right. That I've seen. Agreed.
Yes.
But what do you use it for in the end except falafel sandwiches?
Right.
And that's pretty much
With
it.
shawarma.
Oh, shawarma. Okay.
That's one of the main, main ingredients of a shawarma is a good tahina.
Okay, and that's pretty much it.
I
Unless you're
guess.
Sephardi. No. Well, let's clarify, right? If you're Sephardi, you're going to put it on like, other hors d'oeuvre items.
I guess.
Right. But pizza is not one of them. So
I'll admit that it's unconventional.
Yeah.
But again, don't knock it until you try it.
But speaking of, so we didn't even getting back to France.
Yeah.
So
this heat wave, the European heat wave. By the way, I'm seeing videos of people cooking eggs on their balconies. I mean,
that's not a thing, right?
What do you mean?
It's all fake.
No,
you can't cook eggs. You know how hot it has to get.
That's what they're saying. That's the point.
You can't cook an egg at 130 degrees. If you put a frying pan,
First of all, the white will definitely cook at 130 degrees.
after 6 hours.
No. So somebody left a frying pan outside their window. This is the video I saw. And then they cracked an egg in it, and the egg began to cook. And by the way, it's not the first time. You've seen people crack eggs and cook them on the street in extreme heat.
Yeah, but they're fake. That's what I'm telling you. So it needs to be at least, the surface temperature has to hit 158 degrees.
Okay, so
At least.
So what is the temperature in Europe, and how long do you need?
It's not 158 degrees.
No, you're not going to cook it immediately.
What is it?
But
How high does it get? 110?
let's say it's 110. You leave that pot out for an hour.
It's
that
still
could
going to be 110.
Is that true?
It's mirrored a frying pan. I mean, unless you have a black, let's say a
there's
black
the
frying
black.
pan.
Yeah, it's a black. Black interior, whatever you call it.
So according to this, the ambient air temperature needs to soar above 120 degrees, pushing dark asphalt surfaces up to the necessary 158 to 170. Even then, the egg will usually end up as a sad, runny puddle rather than a breakfast.
Right.
So it's fake. All these AI videos that you've been watching,
I don't think they're AI.
they're AI. It's fake. It's all
No,
fake.
I saw a French guy doing it. I know.
Oh,
I know AI.
you know nothing. You can't even tell. It's not hot enough.
Okay, why is it the fault of the United States? However,
Well, were you want the real reason or the fake reason?
just give me what's out there in the news.
The real reason is because, like we said, they're really jealous. It's a kinna. They're jealous of the excesses that we have here.
Like air conditioning.
Air conditioning. The fake reason is what they say. There's the mayor, who was this? A Paris politician came out and blamed the United States, and it says, "Dear American journalists and social media influencers, for days some of you have been criticizing and making fun of Paris because the city does not have AC in every room. OMG, this is so rich. As the second largest emitter of greenhouse gas emissions in the world, you bear a significant amount of responsibility for global warming and the consequences we in France are experiencing. Your cities, which are 90% air conditioned, are not unrelated to this. So please, enough with the lecture. Just start doing your part." Oh,
I mean, really. First of all, even if that's true, right? So the environment is already done for. Like, you might as well get AC.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Especially when people are dying.
Yeah, exactly.
And part of the reason they have all this is because they implemented all these quote unquote green laws that are causing some of the power grid to have issues. And that's why they're having these blackouts, and that's why they can't handle it.
Right. I think
They did this to themselves.
To me, this is all jealousy because America is hitting 250 years. That's got to be it.
I think it's just straight up. I think it's the ranch dressing pushed them over the top. It pushed them over the top. And everybody's struggling to keep cool. Did you see this article about the swimming pool in a kibbutz in Israel?
No.
There's a kibbutz, a small community in southern Israel, and there are soldiers stationed around. And the United States released an initiative that it's a directive from high up that says there's to be no intermingling of the American soldiers with Israeli civilians.
Really?
I don't know why. So the pool has now been allocated just for the soldiers.
For the United States, American soldiers.
So you have all these kibbutzniks that are sitting there. Imagine you live there. It's your pool. And you see all of these U.S. soldiers just frolicking about in your pool while you're sweating it out and you have no access.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fair. Like, who do you even take that to? Like, who is the higher up? Like, where do you even, like, do you go to Mike Huckabee? Like, who do you
can't
who do you talk to?
You can't go to anybody. I mean, it's the Israeli government's agreeing with it, obviously.
Right.
And, but yeah, these people are going crazy.
So wait, first you take my trine to put on your dumb pizza. Then you take my pool.
Yeah.
What gonna be next? My firstborn son? Tapuach? You know what? I make you a deal. What if you take my firstborn son and you give me back my pool and throw in some ranch dressing, please?
No, Israelis don't care about ranch.
No, please. We don't have it here. No, only trine wherever you go.
By the way, next multi-million-dollar Kiddush Club idea.
Oh, let me hear.
Go to Europe and produce ranch dressing.
Oh, no-brainer.
Easy.
No-brainer.
Easy. I'm surprised nobody's done it. Also, speaking about pools, did you see Zoran Mamdani kicking off summer by jumping into a pool?
I did see that. He did take his shoes off, though.
Okay, it was worth mentioning. You said he took off his shoes, but he jumped in fully suited.
Yeah, completely. Listen, he had like the worst suit in his closet. You know what I mean? And he's like, this is going to be the one. I was giving it to Goodwill. Instead, I'll jump in the pool with it.
Bro, he is so good at this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's so good at this.
Look, he does have the it factor, like
Yes.
you always say.
When I saw that, he's being made fun of in the right wing circles, let's say, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, you could make fun of him. He's rocking it.
Yeah, but
He's doing a great
the
job.
only solace that
I mean,
we
I
have,
hate him, but he's doing a great.
I think at this point, everybody could kind of see what direction he's taking.
Oh yeah, he's very open about it.
It's not as open as you want to believe.
Oh, we'll get to it. We have a whole segment.
Okay,
we have a whole Zoran Mamdani segment.
However, I think that at least it's comforting to know that he cannot run for president.
Right.
So, I mean, there's that.
Yeah, but AOC can.
Yes, but again, she's not him. And even some of the left are turning on AOC. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, we're going to get to that in our Mamdani segment.
Okay.
But I do want to mention, because we were talking about the excesses,
Mm-hmm.
and this to me just proved that something wrong with us. Something wrong with us Americans. There's a new app, maybe you saw it. It's called Fake Eats. Did you see this?
I did not.
Okay, go download it. Fake Eats is an app that's supposed to be like Uber Eats.
Okay.
Except you can't buy anything. It's just
to browse?
Yeah, to browse and make believe you're ordering.
Really?
Yeah.
And what happens when you place the order?
Nothing.
You probably get updates. Your order is being prepared.
You believe this? And they're talking about, they're calling them dopamine sites.
Really?
Of course, I thought of you. Yeah, like, how they talk about how there's a dopamine hit when you use like some of these apps.
Yeah.
Social media apps and
Of course.
Uber Eats.
The scrolling is a dopamine hit.
So this is what they're doing. They're
Wow.
making these fake apps. But that just shows you how like sick we are. Like imagine someone in like Senegal in Africa. They don't have, forget about Uber Eats.
Yeah.
They're looking at Americans with their Uber Eats. You have your choice of billions of things. And now we're making fake Uber Eats just so you could make believe you're eating all this crazy stuff. Meanwhile, these people, they're starving. They have nothing to eat.
But they probably have Uber Eats
No,
in
they don't.
Africa.
They do not.
That's a
not
fact?
in Senegal. Yeah, I just checked.
Really?
Yeah. Fact
So
check.
at least
Instant fact
now
check.
they have fake eats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least they can now, like, there's an activity to do.
Right.
Amadou, come over. We will have fake eats and chill. We will watch World Cup.
I don't think that. Look, to me, that's actually worse because, like, okay, we have a fast coming up.
Yeah.
When you have a fast, the last thing you want to do is see, like, delicious, scrumptious food.
It's the last thing, but unfortunately, like, that's all we see. Like, there's people that will just send you a sizzling steak, just a video of a steak on the fast.
Yeah, that's someone doing that wrongly. So.
Yes.
But why would anyone, if they did live in Senegal, use the Fake Eats app?
You want that dopamine. You want to imagine
that's not dopamine.
while you eat.
The man is starving.
Listen to me. While you're eating crickets, you're imagining that there is a food order. A cheeseburger is on its way.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well, you know what? We're going to see how many downloads Fake Eats gets in
Yes.
Senegal. I'm sure they're going to have the statistics for us at some point.
Yes. Well, personally, I've been thinking about going to Senegal.
Really?
For a little trip, yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, you have to get like a million shots before you go to Africa.
But hear me out. Not much to eat there.
Oh.
Weight loss, perfect weight loss, program.
Yeah, by the way, the best idea is to put yourself in an environment
Yes.
where you don't even have
Yeah.
the options, or if you can't make it to Senegal, hear me out.
Okay.
You can just call Slim RX Center,
True. That would be a lot easier.
right? Because now you don't have to worry about how you look and how you feel. Like, the answer is right there.
And every day, it's just crazy. These peptides. This new studies now talking about how potentially some of these peptides, including the GLP-1s, relieve back pain.
Sure.
So, like, I automatically, the way my brain works, so for me, like, taking the GLP-1s, not taking the GLP-1s, if I have a condition like a back pain and I need it, So now I'm not taking it because I'm just losing weight. I'm taking it because I have pain.
Right.
So
is
therefore,
that proven? Like, is it proven that GLP-1s help with?
It's not proven, no. But
anecdotally,
yes, they're finding it's helping people.
Wow.
Yeah. But in general, it doesn't have to be for that reason. At the end of the day, anyone who has struggled with weight knows what it's like to live with, for example, food noise. And, you wake up, you're thinking about breakfast. You eat breakfast, you're thinking about lunch. It's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot relate.
You can't relate
personally.
Yeah,
but I know that it exists.
That's my life. That's
Right.
my life. And the only way I could lose weight is if I starve myself.
I'll tell you this, though. I remember we did one of these spots and we spoke about food noise and whatever. And then after we were done recording, I was like, I don't even understand the food noise thing. And you looked at me and you go, well, while we were recording, how many times did you think about dinner? I go, 0 times. And you told me that's all I'm thinking about.
When are we going to finish? I'm hungry.
Like, when are we going to be done? Yeah. And what am I having for dinner? And you're going through your closet and your menu and what are the options? Like, this is completely foreign to me. I mean, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But you clearly live this way.
I live this way. And
now you have an answer.
Yeah.
Like, what are we waiting for?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not just I have an answer. Everybody has the answer. And the beauty is that you don't have to go to a doctor. You don't have to sit in a waiting room. You don't have to do any of that. You simply go to their website, slimrxcenter.com, or you call them at 845-414-6499. They are clinicians, certified clinicians. They are going to get you whatever peptide that you need, and they're going to shut down that food noise. Whether it's semaglutide, whether it's tirzepatide, whether it's Tachinatide, whatever tide you need, they got the tides. And they're all frum people, and they understand the frum lifestyle.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is that they're not judging you, and they understand what it means to have a Shabbos, to have a Yontif, to have a 3-day Yontif.
Yeah.
Like, all these things matter. And by the way, those on the GLP-1s, I imagine, are going to have the easiest time going through this next fast.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not even thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's worth it just for that.
Yeah. And by the way, don't miss it for Tisha B'Av.
Yeah.
Like, you've got 3 whole weeks. Imagine you're only focused on your growth during Tisha B'Av and you don't even think about the food.
Yeah. Yeah. So check them out. Now's the perfect time to do it. Now, get started. It's super easy. They make it very easy, streamlined, and it's a price you can afford. I know a lot. I speak to people every day about this, and everyone's like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to if I could get it. My doctor doesn't want to give me." Just check Slim RX Center. You'll get it. You'll start it. You'll be better.
Yeah, and by the way, you're going to have a new wardrobe for Yontif.
Yeah, yeah, perfect time.
Yeah,
perfect time. Okay, so moving on. The other big thing going on in New York is still the World Cup. I can't believe, I don't understand. I almost feel like I get upset at people I know who are excited and following the World Cup. It's like you're a traitor.
Why?
You are a traitor.
What do you mean? It's happening in New York.
No, but it's not an American thing, okay? You don't belong watching it, reading it, cheering for it, nothing. Right. This is for them. The non-Americans, this is what they have. We have football, we have baseball, we have hockey, we have basketball, we even have golf.
We've got enough.
And nobody wants golf, but we have it.
Right.
Right? So what are you doing? Stop with the soccer, football. Stop it.
Yeah.
They're traitors.
I mean, look, I don't see it. I don't hear it. I don't know about it.
Everywhere.
Like, it's just so different than the way it was with the Knicks. Like, the Knicks, that was everywhere.
No, but this is it's really everywhere.
I don't even know where to look.
Manhattan, I mean, you see
I see the traffic. All I see is the traffic.
A lot of traffic.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of news. And by the way, these soccer fans are like a little crazy.
Yeah.
I
can't even understand like how they're so passionate about it.
And like all over the world. Here's a video I'll play if you listen to this audio. And it's a little low. We'll boost it. What you're hearing is the South Korean soccer team.
Okay.
That came back to soccer. I guess they didn't do well in the World Cup. I guess they're knocked out or whatever.
Okay.
And
they came back to their country?
They came back to their country, and they're getting booed by the people.
Oh, boy. Well, yeah, listen, that's the pressure. You know what I'm saying? You're representing your country.
You think if the Knicks lost, people were going to be booing them? Never.
Are you joking?
No.
If the Knicks lost, the city would have been upside down.
Right, but they wouldn't boo,
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, right. Exactly. No one's booing him.
I don't know about that.
No one's booing him. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
No way. but things are just, they hit different in Korea.
Also, it's not really about any certain one personality on the team. It's about the team and it's about the country. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm not following.
Because it's not one person.
Okay.
Like when you look at...
Well, there are standouts like Lionel.
Yeah, but not in South Korea. That's all I'm saying. So they're looking at the entire country and they're like, you've brought shame upon us, especially in Asia, that they're all about the honor. You have brought dishonor upon us.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That I hear.
So that's all you need.
Right. So you're saying if the same thing, in other words, if there was a basketball league in Asia, they would treat them the same way.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the sport itself.
Right.
It has to do with representing your country.
Okay, good point. Well, so that's Asia, but then how do you explain Mexicans? So Mexicans outside of Ecuador's hotel at night... You know what that is?
That could be either one. That could be celebration.
Nope.
That sounds like it could be some celebration. You just know for a fact that they lost.
No, no. That was Mexican or fans of the Mexico team making a ton of noise outside the Ecuador hotel so that they can't sleep. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These people, they don't
They're
joke
intense.
around.
They're intense people.
And I saw this great video, not much to hear, but this was really great. This was, I think it was Argentina. I know Argentina's been doing really well. And in this video, we'll include it in the WhatsApp. So you see a bunch of people watching the game. And then one guy in front, he got an alert from his phone about a goal that was scored for Argentina. And I guess, it's one of these sites that track scores.
Okay.
But it hadn't played yet on the TV that these guys are watching. So I just want you to watch this guy. Now, he knows that a goal is scored, but nobody else knows. And
so there's a delay on the television.
There's a delay on the television. Now, here he goes. He looks at it. He jumps up, but he doesn't want to ruin it for everybody. Look at him.
He's losing his mind.
He's losing his mind. Now, he starts picking up his shirt a little bit. Like, he's fidgeting. He doesn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden, the score happens. Everyone starts jumping. This guy, he rips off his shirt. Nobody knows why. Like, did you ever feel the need to rip off your shirt because a goal was scored?
Just mad respect to the guy for not spoiling the game for everybody else.
Yeah, but there are many people who pointed out, if you were in a room with a bunch of people
and one guy getting fidgety
and starts going, oh my God.
He's tweaking.
You kind of know what's going on, right?
Yeah, but it looked like they didn't cop. Now, I don't think anybody caught on from that guy because they're just watching the screen and he's just in there, in that little corner, just losing his mind
and trying to keep it together. And going back to Mexico, Mexican police are on the lookout. They've been trying to find this. I mean, this made worldwide news. This is coming from the New York Post. They are trying to catch a vigilante.
Okay.
A vigilante that has been called by the public and the newspapers, etc., Batman. And why, you may ask, are they looking for this vigilante? Because what this guy's doing, he is going around catching thieves who steal motorcycles.
Really?
Catching them, taking them to poles, and duct taping them to the poles and leaving them for dead.
So like a light pole, and
he duct tapes. There's the picture.
Oh my word.
And this guy's just going around without asking for anything in return.
I mean, listen, this is the hero we need.
Isn't that amazing?
I mean, am I wrong?
No, I agree with you 100%.
And now the police are looking for him. I mean, this is a real life superhero story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He really is, he's a real life Batman.
Has anybody seen him? Do they have pictures? Does he wear a costume?
No.
Because that's so important.
No, he'd be arrested by now.
No. Like, you don't wear the costume when you're out and about, but while you're catching criminals.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? You should, I want to speak
I
want to speak to the guys attached to the pole, and I want them
interview them.
Right, exactly.
Get one of them on. Get them on here. We'll talk.
Imagine they tell you, I don't know. He come out of nowhere. I looked at Jose and I said, "Is this a bat? What is this?"
Yeah. I feel like we could use a guy like that in New York City.
I just wonder. Is he Batman? Is he Spider-Man? He's clearly tying people up.
How is he even catching them? He just lurks. He's a lurker. He lurks, waits for a crime to happen.
He just waits on the building top in his bat costume. I don't know.
I really don't know. But
I think we need to follow up
but
on
just
this
like
story.
in the comic books, the police are trying to take him down.
Yeah.
For now. Until they get like the big light where they shine the Batman symbol. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, this could go all the way.
You know what? If this guy is just like looking to create like an influencer persona account, it's genius marketing.
Oh, the best.
Genius. So this guy might be
But
the
again,
biggest
how does
genius.
he not get thrown in jail for this?
All right, so they throw him in jail. He whatever he
Does
gets
a little.
out.
He's doing at night. What did he do already? He tied up a couple of people on a pole.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the
And
worst
they're
thing in the world.
criminals. They're
Right.
criminals. He's doing the work that the city should be doing.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, what are they really going to do to him? You know. In other Latin American news, I know we've all been watching this earthquake.
Yeah, tragic.
Very horrible.
How many people? What is the death toll right now?
So the thing about the death toll is that a lot of people are still trapped. There are videos of like police and search and rescue teams who find people and they can't get them out, and they're like giving them IV while they're trapped.
Wow.
It's
so just
very
keeping them
sad.
alive. I mean, at least they're able to keep them alive while they're still trapped. I mean, eventually they'll get to them, but this was a monster earthquake. Buildings were completely
Yeah, I mean,
dropped.
We're going to include a video on the WhatsApp. This is one of the worst I've seen, where in the video you just see the earthquake start and you look behind in the back of the video and you just see these buildings coming down.
It's unbelievable.
Scary, very, very scary.
And it's not like Venezuela is like a spot. Is it a hot spot for earthquakes? It's not like it's California or Hawaii.
I think it has earthquakes, doesn't it?
I mean, I haven't heard of a big one like this.
I mean, doing the research here, the last one before this was in 2025, 6.2 magnitude. This
That's
was
pretty serious.
very serious, yeah. Before that, 2018, 5.2. 2018 also had a 7.3, just like this. So yeah, they get earthquakes.
Yeah, we lived through a 4,
Yes,
didn't we?
we did. And when you say lived through, it was almost like if you hiccuped once, you missed it. You know,
Yes,
it was nothing.
But again, we did. I knew something was amiss.
Actually, it was not nothing.
Yeah, it was not nothing.
Yeah, I took it pretty
Yeah.
seriously. I mean, I was in Manhattan. I was on like the 28th floor of a building, and I saw the entire building shaking. And I was like, time to go.
Yeah,
I think I'm.
and
just
that's the
gonna go
worst
outside.
place to be is in a high rise.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
by the time we realized what was even
It was
going
over.
on, exactly,
Yeah.
it was done. But again, you have the anxiety of aftershocks.
Yeah,
You never know what's going to hit when.
yeah. Other news. Back to America's 250. Did you see the? Did you see the new passport?
I did not. Does it have Trump's face on it?
Oh, but it does.
I had heard about. Oh boy. I did hear about this. I have not seen it till just now, and it does not disappoint.
It doesn't disappoint.
No.
I want one of these. It's going to be. I'm pretty sure they said it's going to be limited edition. He's standing in front of the Declaration of Independence with that serious face. That's his favorite picture. You know that, right?
Is that the mugshot?
No,
Because he was pretty serious in the mugshot.
no.
But this is him with a furrowed brow.
That's his official presidential portrait. That's the one he
really?
likes. Yeah, I don't know why, but that's the one he likes.
That's the one.
I want one of these.
Like, why the mean face in a passport? You know what I'm saying? You're a citizen.
Look at the
Like, it
president-
should be him smiling
Hello.
and being grateful that I'm an American.
Look at the presidential portraits, one after the other. Each guy is smiling, angry, smiling.
Right,
He's
yeah.
the only one that's not. And in other news, the Supreme Court, a whole bunch. Supreme Court is really releasing a whole bunch of rulings.
Yeah, did you see the birthright today?
Yeah, so there was a bunch, right? So first of all, they said that Trump can, in fact, rescind deportation protections for hundreds of thousands of people. Specifically, a lot of the people who are going to be affected were people from Haiti and Syria. They were here on like emergency visas. Trump has wanted to rescind them. They took him to the Supreme Court, and he won.
Really?
He won.
So those people are going home.
Yeah, a lot of angry people, obviously on the left, but they did reject his attempt to limit birthright citizenship.
Right, and this is an important one.
Well, look,
Like, it's been the status
that's
quo.
what I was going to say.
Yes.
So, like, how important is? I mean,
it just means that you really need to get your act together when it comes to immigration, because if not, you're just going to be overrun.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's at this point, people are going to come here for that.
but they were already doing. I mean, this is the system. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This has been
It's already
the system.
been
It's
the
baked
system.
in.
Yeah.
It's baked in.
And it's going to be for quite some time,
Exactly.
apparently.
Yeah. They also, in another ruling, They said that he could fire independent regulators for any reason. That means like people in the Federal Trade Commission, et cetera, et cetera. But he cannot do that to the Fed, the Federal Reserve. That has to remain independent.
Really?
So he's winning some, he's losing some. And interestingly, there's a lot of talk from the Democrats about packing the court. They're not happy because it's really pretty much 6 conservative justices on the Supreme Court.
But look, they're not getting everything they want.
True, but they're getting a lot. And things are starting to heat up. I mean, they're heating up in the country, but they're heating up the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is actually building its own police force now because they're worried about, there's never been this many threats to Supreme Court justices.
I mean, they should kind of have Secret Service protection if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of
they're a branch of government. They're their own branch of government. They're responsible for making the laws. Their lives are just as important as the life of the president.
Yeah. In fact, in certain ways more, because the president can only be president for a maximum of 8 years. But Supreme
These
Court
are lifetime appointments.
Yeah. And also, there's a Supreme Court case. The Supreme Court agreed to hear a case. I don't know if you heard about it. This is a case that's being brought on behalf of Daniel Grant.
Okay.
Did you hear this name?
I did not.
Okay. He's an Orthodox Jew. He lives in University Heights, Ohio.
Okay.
Get this. A few years ago, he invited 12 friends over.
Oh, this is the shul thing.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
He invited 12 friends over, and he made a minyan.
Mm-hmm. Like anybody would do.
Like we've all done this.
Right. And what was this during COVID?
Not during COVID.
Okay.
But I'm sure. I mean, I don't know where University Heights is, but I mean, Ohio. I can't imagine it's
Cleveland.
But I mean, it's not like Flatbush where you have a minyan every block.
Right. Well, those are shuls, but you go to the country and there's a minyan everywhere.
Not in Ohio.
Right.
No.
That's why he made it. Exactly.
Right,
because the walk to shul is just too far for a Friday night.
Exactly. So the neighbors, the police, everybody giving him a hard time. The police came and said, you did it without a permit. So he applied for a permit, and then they rejected the permit. And then he says that for him to get even if he were to get the permit, he would have to designate his house as a place of worship, which he doesn't want to do. Mm-hmm. He says, because then I won't be able to live there. And so he got nowhere, and he couldn't make this minyan. It's going to the Supreme Court.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you should be able to make a minyan and get in and out before anybody even knows what happened. Like, how are the neighbors so keen on it?
Because they're all watching. It's anti-Semitism.
They're just looking for it.
They're looking for it.
Like, there's no way
they're being very vocal.
The police response time is not that quick. Like, you can get in and out, Baruch Hu Hashem Amvarach, and then you're done.
He says that he's being surveilled by the police. How about that?
Wow. So they're really after him.
They're after him.
I mean, do we know which way the Supreme Court is leaning? And what is exactly the shaila? Like, what is the question on the table?
So the shaila, let's break it to make it really, really simple. And this is part of his argument, which is, if you wanted to watch the Super Bowl and you invited 12 friends over, anything wrong with that?
Nope.
Is anyone going to stop you? Are the police going to stop you?
You have that's this country. You're free to do it.
Right. So why is it that you can invite 12 people to watch the Super Bowl, but you can't invite 12 people to pray?
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Completely doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
But here's the question: how did it get to the Supreme Court of the United States? Like, did it keep?
Oh, it kept going higher.
It kept going different courts.
Yeah. He lost a bunch of times. He lost in the appeals court.
And can you just kick things up like that?
No. Well,
like, how does it get to the Supreme Court? I don't know the process.
You go first to, it goes to city, state appeals. It goes to the next third circuit court of appeal. You keep going higher and higher till
you can just keep
and they
going?
have to agree. They have to agree to hear the case, which they did.
So wait, you can just keep trying cases at bigger courts if you lose?
You could appeal them. Yeah.
And this appeal finally made it to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And they were like, well, yeah, we want to hear this one.
And I tend to think with the amount of conservative justices, I think he's going to win it. I think he has a very good shot.
But when you think about it, what is their argument?
Right. What is their argument? So I would say, I happen to have a friend who's a Rav. He moved into one of these New Jersey towns, and he started making a minyan in his house. Exactly the same.
Okay. And
he told me, almost word for word, this article. And he told me, literally, it was the exact same thing. The neighbors started complaining. Essentially, they don't want to Judaicize, right? They don't want it to be like you see with all the anti-Semitism that came out of Jackson and Tom's River, and they you're taking over, and so they don't want that. But
I don't see how that's a takeover. You have 12 guys in your house for minyan.
That's how it starts.
Right.
That's how it starts.
That's how it always starts.
Exactly. And with anti-Semitism being where it is, it's not. We're seeing more and more of this type of stuff. Did you see that video with the guy in New Jersey complaining about the deer?
I didn't.
Okay, I'm going to play that for you. But before I do, I have to tell you that I blame you 100% for my woes.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me. Please tell me more.
Because my wife told me today that our refrigerator has died. I blame you because you told me about your refrigerator dying. I laughed.
Yeah, you did.
I did laugh.
Yes.
Yeah. And now my refrigerator's dead.
Listen, you brought this on yourself. I mean, you laughed at my misfortune.
You always laugh at my misfortunes. Why does this have to happen to me?
I don't know, but you know where to go.
Well, I'm going to go to Town Appliance, obviously. First of all, they're having the July 4th shopping event right now. They have Town Perks, and it's the perfect time for us to upgrade because, on the one hand, it's an unexpected expense, but on the other hand, this refrigerator really has seen its better day. It's
time.
It has like one of those displays on it with the automatic ice and the automatic water spout thingy. But the display, at some point in the past couple of years, decided it's just going to show me gibberish at all times.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how you know it's time for an upgrade.
Exactly. So I am going to contact Town Appliance. My wife already knows. She's done it before, so I didn't even have to tell her. Obviously, it was going to be Town Appliance.
And by the way, you're going to get it the very next day.
Yeah.
That's the best part of Town Appliance.
Absolutely. And it's not just refrigerators, obviously. It's anything for the outdoors.
Yeah, and anything on a budget. By the way, I bought my fridge. It was on a budget.
And my barbecue, I could use another barbecue because now that my refrigerator doesn't work, I got to barbecue everything tonight. Everything's got to go. So you're not leaving. We're eating everything. Everything is going on the barbecue.
It might be time for a new barbecue too.
It is.
And once they're coming, you might as well.
Right?
Exactly.
So anything for outdoors, air conditioners, obviously, I've heard that the French are, right?
Yeah.
They've been calling Town.
I don't think Town Appliance delivers to France, but they do deliver all over the United States. And especially if you're looking for an appliance on a budget, the fridge I got was on a budget. And they came and they delivered, and it was amazing. And by the way, if you need to see your appliances in real life, they have a showroom in Lakewood, New Jersey, Baltimore, Maryland, and also one in Cedarhurst in the Five Towns. Go take a look at your appliance. But if you don't need that, just go straight to townappliance.com. The link will be in the show notes.
And back to the deer, I'm going to play for you this video. This is taking place in Ocean Township, New Jersey. This is a city council meeting. Now, Ocean Township, as some may or may not know, that is the encompassing township that includes a lot of the Jersey Shore. So there's a heavy, heavy Orthodox Jewish community there, and many, many shuls, mostly Sephardim. And so this guy just gets up. You know how people can say whatever they want at these city council meetings where they take the mic?
Yeah.
So I want you to hear what this guy had to say. Listen to this.
Good evening. My name is Jeff George. I'm here tonight to raise awareness about a very serious issue plaguing our town. I'm sure many of you will agree. The deer population is getting completely out of control. In a lot of ways, it feels like the deer are completely taking over society. At first, it was just one deer, then 2, then 10, and now they're forming entire deer communities. The deer are reproducing at a much higher rate than the rest of us, often having 6, 10, or even 12 fawns. They're everywhere. And they all look the same. It's impossible to distinguish one deer from another. You can try to be friendly with them, but they are extremely skittish. They're walking through our streets at all hours of the night. They walk in the middle of the road and then they act like we're the problem. And have you ever driven by one of them and noticed how they just freeze and stare at you? People say that's fear. I disagree. I think that's the deer scheming. They're not afraid of humans anymore. And you know why? Because they've been studying us. They know our weaknesses and they know our vulnerabilities. They infiltrate our communities and they carry disease with them. They hide in the bushes and they eat all the berries. Ladies and gentlemen, we must do something about the deer population. I've heard that in some towns they conduct controlled hunts to cull the population numbers. Personally, I think a more humane solution would be to relocate them, maybe to Ocean County or upstate New York. I think they would really enjoy that. So Thank you for your time and for taking this matter so seriously. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great night.
Too.
That is insidious.
Yeah. How bad is that?
That's horrible. I mean, look, if you're going to compare me to an animal, you're going to compare me to a deer. Like, that's not the worst thing.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be a deer than some other animal.
So in the beginning, it's like, yeah, they do, walk in the streets, Shabbos, let's say. I could see that. Stopping out of fear. It is out of fear because Jews are always on alert.
He disagrees.
But then when he starts going into they carry disease.
They're scheming.
They're scheming.
They should be relocated.
Some of them hunt them.
What?
Yeah.
What was the fallout from this?
Well, the mayor of Ocean Township, New Jersey, addressed it, and he said, Ocean Township's strength has always come from our residents. That means every resident, regardless of faith, background, or identity, deserves to feel safe, seen, and respected here. Anti-Semitism, racism, and discrimination of any kind has no place in Ocean Township. Not in our schools, not in our streets, not in our neighborhoods. When one of us is targeted, all of us are affected. I want our Jewish neighbors and every member of this community to know we stand with you. We will always stand with you. Together, we will build a town where everyone belongs.
Okay, so it's just one outlier. You know what I mean? Where he's just an anti-Semitic person and, he got the mic.
But you know how it works. Whenever there's one cockroach, that's the one you see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but look, you have to believe that the overwhelming majority are good people. I mean, it's America.
I hope.
The overwhelming majority are good, upstanding people that don't have a racist bone in their body. So that's the reality.
I want to believe that, but I kind of don't.
No, I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that my neighbors, Jewish, non-Jewish, everybody, they're live and let live. And look, I don't think that Jewish people make life any different. Yeah, sometimes they're going to come in and they'll take over a neighborhood. Yes, it happens. But that happens with every population. With every race, every creed, they get together.
So again, I would like to believe that, except one little problem, right?
Yeah.
The huge win of all the Democratic Socialists of America who won last week in their primaries, every one of them, except maybe Brad Lander, is an anti-Semite.
Right.
And they all Mamdani-backed candidates. They all won. They all won big. And we brought it back to Mamdani. They are Claire Valdez, Daria Liza, Avila Chevalier, and Aber Kawas and Brad Lander, as I mentioned. Brad Lander is the guy that we covered in the mosque.
He was singing away. Sold his soul.
Sold his soul.
So he won. What did he win?
They are the nominees for the Democrat Party in New York.
Okay, they didn't get into office.
Not yet.
Okay.
Correct. But this was a huge upset. Some of these people were in these seats for like decades.
Mm-hmm. Look, and a lot of times people just want to unseat the incumbents because they're just not happy. I mean, this is the way politics goes. It's just round and round. People are never happy. So that causes the upset.
Okay.
It's just the cycle. We're in the down cycle right now.
Okay. So I have some clips for you. Brad Lander. So after this happened, by the way, Mamdani's wife, what's her name? I always forget. You always remember.
Oh, Rama Douaji.
Yes. So she is Syrian American. She's famously anti-Semitic. We covered her repeatedly. They found her Spotify playlist. She's bad, really bad. So Brad Lander backed Mamdani when he was running for mayor. Mm-hmm. Mamdani backed him.
Okay, which, by the way, is a hopeful thing.
Except that Lander, says Israel's committing a genocide. He's super anti-Israel.
So it's a political bent. It's a political leaning that they're feeling, but he doesn't have anything personal against the Jewish guy.
Okay, well, his wife,
yeah,
she went out to campaign for these DSA candidates. And guess what?
She didn't include.
She didn't include him. Very obviously did not include Brad Lander.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. So Batya Ungar Sargon, she is she was formerly a left-wing Democrat, pundit, let's call her. Now she has moved, because of all the anti-Semitism, she has moved to the right. She's looked upon as being, right-wing, but if you read her politics, she's really not. It's just that the line keeps getting further left, so she looks like she's right-wing now. Anyway, she has a show now on, I believe, News Nation. She had Brad Lander on, and she asked him directly about the fact that Rama didn't endorse him. This is what it sounded like.
Mrs. Mamdani posted a photo of herself on election day in which she told people to go out and vote and mentioned 2 of the 3 candidates who her husband had endorsed. Your name was left off. Why?
I mean, look, I was proud to have the mayor's support in this race. I was proud to cross-endorse him a year ago. You'll have to, I can't speak for her politics.
Why do you think she left you off?
I mean, look, I guess I'll say something a little different. If I think of myself as like anyone in Israel, it's standing together. It's this group of Israelis and Palestinians fighting for equal rights. And they just formed a political party. And I am so proud of them, Omdim Biachad, standing together. They're on the boycott, divestment, and sanctions list. It's part of why I don't participate in BDS. They're fighting for Palestinian human rights and equal rights. But they do it in a way that not everyone views as, that some people view as normalizing. So, I speak up for my politics. I try to tell you who I'm, what I think and what I'm fighting for. And I think right now in New York City, something really hopeful is moving. And I guess I would ask you and other Jewish New Yorkers to take like one breath. Shabbat is approaching. We could disagree on how to approach Israel and Palestine and still not compromise on anybody's humanity, and standing up for the rights of Palestinian kids in Gaza, created just as much in God's image as my kids, doesn't mean that I won't stand up and fight fiercely for Jewish people as well.
Why did Mrs. Mamdani not endorse you?
I mean, you'll have to ask her that. I'm proud to have the mayor's support.
So he sidestepped the question like a true politician.
Exactly. And this is coming from Mamdani, who I guess it was about 2 weeks ago, got up at one of the campaign rallies, and he basically just decided to go on and on about Israel and AIPAC, where he called AIPAC monsters.
Yeah.
And he was asked about this, and he was attacked, rightfully so, because he's singling out Israel. It's one thing to say there should be no foreign money whatsoever, even though this is not foreign money, right? AIPAC is money from United States citizens.
Right.
And we've said this.
And by the way, they're not even a big NGO.
Well, they're relatively large, let's say.
I heard that they collected like $40 million.
Right. But if you look at the numbers of...
There's got to be much bigger NGOs than this.
Well, Qatar is giving billions to universities.
Yeah.
You think that comes without strings attached? You
Exactly.
think they're dumb?
Where is
let's just
that?
Give $4 billion.
Where is the coverage?
And what they're not focusing on is how extreme some of these people are. Chevalier, she's of the worst of them. Fetterman, who's in her party, calls her crazy pants. She's been going on a run of deleting her past tweets because she said things like she wants to wipe her hands on the flag. She wants to abolish the police. Just all the craziest stuff, terrible, terrible stuff.
Typical left-wing stuff.
But no, that's what it is. Not typical. This is extremist, extreme leftist stuff. And Mamdani backed her. He was actually asked about that support. This is what he had to say.
Now, there's been a lot of attention. One of the candidates you supported who won, who knocked off an incumbent Democrat, is Darlisa Villa Chevalier. She said some very controversial things, including calling for the abolition of prisons, couldn't say whether or not somebody who had committed murder should be in prison, called for open borders, against all deportations, including those of violent criminals. Are those positions that the Democratic Party could win on nationally?
I think what the Democratic Party can win on nationally is a focus on working people. And I think that what I saw from Daria Lisa when I would walk the streets of her district was a focus on what she describes as a politics of life. She would talk about how we have to invest in babies, not bombs. She's now going to represent what is one of the poorest districts in the United States of America. And what people in that district are exhausted by is a politics that has justified the spending of tens of billions of dollars in killing civilians overseas while working people are struggling just to do the basics.
But how does abolishing prisons or having open borders fit into that? Do you see how those are ideas that a lot of your Democrats that are warning about what happened here say are toxic? Most of America won't go along with it, are bad ideas, that are dangerous ideas.
I think what the focus of her race was, what the focus of her candidacy was about the struggle that working people are facing. And I think that we can have disagreements on policy positions. What we have to agree on is what are we fighting for and who are we fighting for? She showed that in her race, and I think that many people will come to appreciate that in her leadership to come.
So we can disagree on something as basic as whether or not there should be prisons? That's not your position.
There are prisons,
Yes.
and what we're also showing in this city is that safety is not something that's up for debate. It's something that we're actually delivering on, and I'm proud to be the mayor of a city that currently has the lowest recorded number of murders and shootings in recorded history in New York City.
So two things. First of all, you got to give the interviewer credit. He just keeps sidestepping and he won't answer the question. But it's also worth mentioning, yes, New York City has the lowest murder rate it had in decades. That is actually something that is happening all over the United States, and economists and sociologists, they don't know why.
Well, I think that with a Trump presidency, there's more of a respect for the rule of law.
It's been happening even before Trump.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's been
even in
going
the
down.
Biden era?
Yeah. It spiked during COVID, which is
Okay.
understandable, but over decades, it just keeps going down.
Really?
So Mamdani's taking credit for it. Had nothing to do with Mamdani. Zero.
Mm-hmm.
He was also asked, by the way, about what he said about AIPAC and them being monsters. This was his response.
Be an American.
And the idea of a Jewish state, Israel is a Jewish state, that's in the charter. That's the way it is now. Do you support that?
I've said time and again that I support the state of Israel as a state with equal rights. I believe that any state that
But as
preferences...
a Jewish state is the question.
I think any state that privileges one religion over the other is one that I can't tell you I support, whether it be Israel or Saudi Arabia or anywhere else. And a lot of that comes back to a fundamental belief that we should all be considered equal no matter what our faith is.
Does someone want to tell Mamdani that there is no religion in Israel that is above any other? Unlike Saudi Arabia, where if you cannot be openly Christian or
Right,
Jewish.
Right. Same thing with Lebanon.
Any of the other Middle Eastern countries. Well, Lebanon, no, you could be Christian. President's Christian.
Right.
But many of the Middle Eastern countries, you cannot. In Israel, as we both know,
You can be whatever you want.
whatever you want, nobody cares. So what is he even talking about?
Right.
Does he not know? One silver lining is that Richie Torres won his primary.
Oh, good.
So
Baruch
that's
Hashem.
good. Yeah, he's from the Bronx. Super pro-Israel. Great guy. He won, so we're very happy about that. But in a strange twist, in Alaska, so Senator Dan Sullivan on the Republican side is...
Oh, he's running against a Dan Sullivan.
Yes. So the Alaska Supreme Court ruled that Dan Sullivan can run against Senator Dan Sullivan.
How crazy is that?
Well, no, we're the dumb ones, because if we were smart, we would have just taken, you and you change your name to Zoran Mamdani.
Yeah.
We put you on the ballot. You would split the vote. And then you
yes.
switch your name back.
I wouldn't, though. I wouldn't even. I can't be a Zoran Mamdani.
Why not?
Even do I look like a Zoran to you?
Yeah. It would be great. You know how much
But I don't
content
think-
that would be for this cast?
Wait, is it fake? Did he change his name to that? I think that's his real name.
That's his real name. But I'm just saying, what's the difference? What if
Right.
you change your name legally?
Interesting.
To Zoran Mamdani.
Well, listen. Why are you thinking so small? I should have changed my name to Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but the idea is that you want to split the vote, right? So you're going to do it to like an anti-Semite. So
Right.
you split the vote.
Right. You're assuming that I have altruistic ambitions.
Okay, let's move on. Jumping to Israel. So the UN now came out with a report. One of their, side groups came out with a report that basically said that Israel committed genocide against Palestinian children specifically.
Really?
Yeah. But here's the interesting thing, okay? Before the war, there were 625,000 Palestinian children.
Okay.
After the war, there are at least 660,000 Palestinian children. Once again, Israel, turns out they're good at a lot of things.
Not genocide.
They're very bad at genocide.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Now, do they have any proof in this report? I mean, what is the
No.
basis of it?
No proof. They're going with Hamas numbers. They're going with... And in fact, there's now evidence that Israel has put out showing that Hamas, during the war, was making sure that every single death, for any reason, was labeled as a civilian death.
Wow.
Because of Israel.
Even terrorists, even militants.
Even a heart attack, even a guy with cancer, even anything and every single death. I mean, that's the joke. We've talked about it, that during the Gaza war, apparently no one in Gaza died of any
natural causes.
Exactly.
Wow.
And just so you know how insanely biased the UN is, there's students at a UN prep school in New York City got kicked out. Why, you may ask? Because they're drawing swastikas in their yearbooks.
Really?
Yeah, UN.
Wow.
Now, where'd these kids get that from? These are kids of UN members, okay?
Right.
So
They're bringing to school what they see at home. I think that's pretty clear.
exactly right. But again, in good news, jumping to the Iran war. So, a lot of the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding.
Yeah, which no one understands.
No one understands. Iran keeps saying that Lebanon is a key part of it, right? And Israel's been saying it's not. It has nothing to do with it. And every time Israel bombs Hezbollah, Iran says, oh, it's a breach of the ceasefire, etc. So now Israel, together with the United States, have now signed an agreement with Lebanon. This is huge.
Okay.
They signed a framework basically saying that the Lebanese government is going to move into the south and disarm Hezbollah. And Israel saying when that happens, they absolutely will pull out.
Yeah, because that's all they're after. Just
Right.
peace for the citizens of the North.
Right. But the beauty of this is that now, so Iran is saying, no, you can't touch Hezbollah. Lebanon is off limits. But now Trump is saying back, these are two sovereign states. They just made a deal.
Yeah, let them work it out.
What do you have to do with Lebanon?
Right.
Lebanon, the country, is making a deal with Israel. You're going to say that this country can't, you're not in charge of Lebanon. So that is a master stroke. I don't know who came up with this whole thing. I don't know how they got it done, but this was a great, great move for Israel.
But I think you had a very willing party in Lebanon. Like the Lebanese people, I think, are done with all. They just want to live.
I think so. I think you're right. I mean, the closest I've ever got to Lebanon was when I was touring, Golan, and they say like, oh, you could look across.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You did that?
It's a beautiful view.
Yeah, it is. I remember actually once I was young when I went. There was a section that was blocked off, and it was like some of the young people like were going around, and then a bunch of soldiers came out screaming. It turned out it was a minefield there.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So you never knew. You never know.
It's funny because whenever you go on a tour and you pass, like they have a fence, and the tour guide says, right over there is Lebanon. The bus completely falls quiet, and then people are like ducking a little bit. Like, can we? Are we expecting any bullets?
Yeah.
It's always a scary thing.
Yeah, I was scared.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the truth of the matter is, it's been a while since I've been in Israel, so I can't even make believe to know. It's not fresh in my mind like it is with you.
Yeah, I was just there, and the truth is, the only way to get there is Arkia.
Tell me why, though.
Because, well, let's just put everything aside. I mean, they have beautiful planes. They have a beautiful business class, wide-body planes, roomy seats. But again, everything aside, a Michelin star chef created the meals.
Yeah.
Now, can you go wrong with that? And look, I'm talking to you specifically.
Food noise, man. Yes, it speaks to me.
Exactly.
But it also speaks to me because the pricing is great.
And you are a Jew, after all.
Yeah, there are child discounts. That speaks to me.
Sure does.
Also speaks to me that it's Israeli.
Yeah, by the way, you're not going to get the same experience flying on an American carrier as you are with an Israeli airline.
No, I'm not even talking about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about safety. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If I can't do United, and I'm not going to be comfortable. I'm going to be nervous the entire flight.
True.
Israelis on the plane.
When I'm not flying the plane, I'm doing missions for Mossad.
Right.
Why do you think I'm going to New York?
Somehow I don't think if he actually worked for Mossad, he'd be telling you he works for Mossad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but some of them just can't keep it in.
I don't think that's true, but okay. Anyway, check them out. They're at arkia.com or arkia.co.il. Book your next trip with Arkia if you're going to Israel. As I told you, I'm planning a trip, and hopefully that works out well. Check them out. Link will be in the show notes. Make sure to tell them that Kiddush Club sent you. Back to Iran. So there was a little bit of tit for tat fighting over the weekend.
I did see that.
Yeah. So Iran started it. They started it.
This is what it is.
Yeah. Iran sent a drone against a commercial vessel in Hormuz.
Yeah, Trump did let us all know about that.
And then the United States went and pounded them, gave them some nice whacks. And Trump said, quote, "There may come a point when we are no longer able to be reasonable, and we will be forced to militarily complete the job that we very successfully started. If that happens, the Islamic Republic of Iran will no longer exist!" Exclamation point.
I mean, I know he talks tough, but what does the United States want right now? Because everybody is saying,
We want a deal. We want the deal. No tolls on Hormuz.
yes, so is that what the conflict is about right now? The Strait of Hormuz?
The number one thing that they're fighting about is Lebanon.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, by the way, $6 billion is supposed to be released like imminently.
I know.
That's not good.
It worries me.
Oh yes, it should. By the way, the United States and Iran have stopped the fighting. They're back to ceasefire.
Okay.
But the $6 billion may be leaving. And interestingly, some weird stuff happening inside of Iran. A bunch of senior IRGC people have died.
We don't know how it happened. We don't know. These all natural causes. Please don't look
Don't
on
leave
us.
window open. High-rise building.
No,
Don't
but
do
I'm
it.
going to ask you a question that's on the mind of every American. Who is winning? That's the question. Because that's all Americans want to know.
I don't think
Who
anyone's
is going to
winning
have
right now.
won this?
So it's a hard question to answer, right? Because Iran has lost a tremendous amount of materiel. They've lost their navy. They've lost their air force. Their economy is completely destroyed.
But it seems to not have stopped them.
It hasn't stopped the RGC. That's true. And in a sense, they're playing the waiting game. And in the waiting game, Trump is not willing to continue with the waiting game for the reasons that I expressed on this podcast repeatedly. Again, and people still attack me. I had a family member just this weekend said, when I mentioned the 60-day clause that Trump can't fight a war for more than 60 days, he actually said, we don't want to hear the kiddish club point that's not even true. Okay, sir. So if you say that kiddish club point is not true, what about the other point that I made on this podcast, that Trump went back to Congress for $80 billion for the war? Now, even if you want to say he's going to, completely ignore the constitutional law that he can't go for more than 60 days. Let's say he was going to ignore it. Where's he getting the money?
Right.
Congress. Congress is saying they will not support it. Again, sir, what would you have him do? Nobody, I keep asking the same questions and all the anti-Trumpers never have an answer for this.
Right.
It's so frustrating to me. But, in a way, I would say Iran won in a sense.
Really?
Yes, because they don't care about the people who died.
Right.
They don't care really about anything.
Right.
They just want to stay in power.
It's very hard to win a war against somebody who has nothing to lose.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Exactly. They just want to stay in power. If they stay in power, that's the win.
Right. And you're telling me that there's no way that we get them out of power without boots on the ground and a complete military incursion.
Yes. Yes.
And that's not on the menu, it seems.
Doesn't seem. Maybe after the midterms, who knows?
Right.
But again, listeners, you're welcome to educate me. If there is a way for him to get around Congress and to get boots on the ground and have a long, protracted war, please tell me. Explain it to me. Explain to me how he does it.
Right, but there's no
Because
way.
I've done research.
Yeah,
and
but
I cannot find anything. I've asked every AI. I've Googled it. I cannot find an answer to this question.
But there is also no way that Americans are going to support boots on the ground in Iran. It's just
No way.
not going to happen.
No way.
And
Not the right, not the left.
exactly. And I think it's also because that most of America doesn't take this nuclear threat seriously from Iran.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
if
true.
you think about it, Trump, his mind was saying to him that we're doing this so that future generations never have to deal with a nuclear Iran.
Yeah.
And he always says, they would use it. They'd use it right now.
They would.
I guess. I mean, that's just what Trump is saying. But nobody in America really believes
Believes it,
that.
right, that's true.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
So that's why you have dwindling support for this thing.
Yeah, agreed. And in other war news, Russia, it's really not looking great for Russia because of these drone attacks. Even inside of Russia, a lot of the oligarchs, they're kind of turning against Putin a little bit.
Really?
I mean, it's very really risky to do.
Very.
But even Putin said, we're having some trouble right now. Little bit.
Every war has small hiccup.
Yes, exactly.
We are having hiccup now.
But listen to this stat. Most Russian recruits have a life expectancy of
12 minutes.
You ruined it, by the way.
I'm sorry.
You saw that it's not 12,
I saw the story.
but it's 20.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
That's crazy.
Is that nuts?
Like, who is signing up?
I don't think they have a choice, right?
Right. Or just the super depressed chevra. Like, send me to battlefield, please. What is meaning of life anyway?
Yeah. And in our final story, some drama. Remember our trip to Poland?
Sure.
We took Light Airlines, LOT,
Yeah.
with the Polish
It
Airlines.
was pretty good.
Yeah, it was not terrible.
Yeah.
It was not great. It was okay. It was pretty good. It was not bad.
Okay. Listen,
It was no Arkia.
It was there was no Michelin star meals for sure not.
For sure not. Well, we couldn't eat anyway. So there was an aircraft going from Warsaw to Israel, LOT Airlines, and its emergency transponder went off, signaling a hijacking.
Oh boy!
Israel scrambled jets.
Why
Fighter jets.
Israel? Was it over?
It was coming to Israel. Warsaw to Israel. Israel sent fighter jets, and it turns out they came on and said, "That was a mistake.
Yeah.
My mistake. Happens."
Yeah, I guess it really does. Moshe, I took one look inside the cockpit. I see the kielbasa. Both the pilot and the co-pilot both eating a kielbasa.
Can't be a hijacking.
I said, no, there's no way there's a problem here. Look, what do you expect? It's Polish airline.
Oh.
Listen.
Yeah, I hear you. So it turns out everything was fine. Baruch Hashem. Everybody was safe, but close call.
Yeah.
So that's all the time we have this week.
And of course, we wish everybody an easy fast. And by the way, the 3 weeks are coming, which means you're going to be spending a lot more time with us.
Which means you're going to need stuff to listen to because you're not listening to music.
Yeah.
And there is, once this episode finishes, there's a whole nother episode that you're not hearing. But you can hear it very easily by going to kcast.com and signing up to become a subscriber, or by just doing it inside the Apple Podcast app. It couldn't be easier.
Yes, and our bonus episodes are just as long, sometimes longer.
Sometimes longer, and no ads, ad-free.
Correct.
So yeah, check it out. Also, if you're looking to advertise, there's no better place to advertise than right here with Kiddush Club. You can do that also by visiting our website, kcast.com, or by sending an email to ads@kiddishclubpodcast.com.
We will see you next week. And we thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to join the WhatsApp group. You can do that either from the show notes or visit us at kiddishclubpodcast.com. Follow us on X, follow us on Instagram, and don't forget to support the cast by visiting buymeacoffee.com/kiddishclub. Show your support for the cast, and until next time, Kiddush Club out.
And this episode is copyright Kiddush Club Media.